There was a time about a year and a half ago where I was starting to get worried that the deals on the new Toyota Highlander would never look like the previous generation Toyota Highlander. I've got to say, guys, it's starting to look a lot prettier on this brand new Toyota Highlander. And what I want to do for you in this video is give you a sense for what that means exactly if you're trying to purchase or lease a Toyota Highlander, what some average maintenance and repair costs look like, as well as the average insurance premium in the United States. That way you get a very, very clear overall picture. What is happening, guys? Ari here from Boston Automotive Consulting. And in the description below, you're going to find various resources to help you not only land the very best deal on a Toyota Highlander, but you'll be able to shop around for insurance rates, get your auto credit scores, as well as shop for an auto loan. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because this whole channel is going to teach you everything you're going to need to know so that you can negotiate your best possible deal. Now, I thought that there weren't that many Toyota Highlander hybrids. It turns out that about 25% roughly of the inventory in the United States are hybrids. Roughly 14,010 Toyota Highlanders in the United States are gas models, while 4,460 are hybrids. Now, of those 14,010 gas model Toyota Highlanders, what we're seeing is 4,205 being front-wheel drives and 9,805 being all-wheel drive. And of those 9,805 all-wheel drive, the breakdown trim by trim, you're going to see that the bulk of the inventory are XLEs. However, what we've got is 260 L models, 910 LE models, 4,270 XLE models, 1,060 XSE models, 1,580 limiteds, 1,725 platinums. Because we've got so many XLEs, I wanted to use one for the sake of tonight's negotiation guide. However, feel free to apply all the percentages, the rebates, discounts, etc. Trim by trim. You can apply it to whatever trim you're looking at. However, keep in mind rates, residuals, lease cash, all that stuff changes from month to month. If you want to figure out, especially for your month and your region, I've got my course in the description below that'll teach you how to scrape all this information. Now, what I've got picked out, like I said, is a 2021 Toyota Highlander XLE all-wheel drive. Mine has an MSRP of $43,197. Toyota Highlanders typically see a markup of about 8.5% off, and that's what I want to go after, because even getting just the full invoice price may be a little bit difficult in some regions. However, in Toyota Highlander Nation here in Boston, you're going to find that 8.5% is relatively easy. Now, going after 8.5% gets me to a target selling price of $39,540. Toyota is offering a rebate in the amount of $1,500, as well as a promotional APR of 1.9%. However, if you do take the 1.9%, your rebate drops to $500. You're going to notice that obviously if you're paying in cash, taking the $1,500 is how you want to do things. However, you're going to notice that if you were to just use a rate of, say, 2.49% and take the $1,500, your payment is actually less than if you were to take the 1.9% and $500. Now, taking the $1,500 and subtracting it from $39,540 gets us to a final target selling price of $38,040, and financing this $38,040 gets us to a 60-month payment of $733 a month, and that's assuming that you're paying your taxes and fees up front. I also wanted to mention this little note about loyalty and what having a current Toyota Highlander lease or Corolla or Camry would do for you. It turns out that if you do have a Corolla in Massachusetts, or a returning Highlander lease, you are entitled to some loyalty cash. Again, this does change from model to model, but expect cash to range anywhere from $500 to $1,000, and it does change from month to month. Again, I do have my course in the description below. That way you can actually scrape this in your region, in your month. Now, if you're planning on leasing, same 8.5% off of MSRP as before. our lease cash goes down to $750, and that does change from region to region, as well as the residual, depending on if you're in the Southeast, as well as the money factor. Now, we've got a residual of 67% for 36 months at 10,000 miles a year, however, drops to 66 at 12,000 and 64% at 15,000. A money factor, kind of steep, but you're gonna see why that's not too bad, at 0.00120, plugging it all into the lease calculator and assuming that we're giving just our inception fees due at start, so your first payment, acquisition fee, doc fee, registration, all that stuff due at start, roughly about $1,805. This is awesome. We'd be talking about $377 a month. That's including sales tax, you guys. And again, that's at 8.5% off. I'm just so fired up that the lease payments are back in the threes. Let's go, baby. Very excited, as you can tell. As far as some average maintenance and repair costs, you guys, not too bad. Maintenance roughly around $650 for the year after the 2-year maintenance runs up, and $325 a year for repairs after your warranty runs up. Tell me that isn't too bad. Tell me if you don't appreciate a solid, well-built Toyota Highlander that's just relatively cheap. The payment's nice. The cost is just very low. The overhead is just perfect. As far as some average insurance costs, you guys, in the United States, what we're seeing is $1,155 in Arizona, $1,585 in California, $1,740 in Florida, $1,035 in Illinois, $1,115 in Massachusetts, $2,420 in Michigan, $1,465 New York, $800 in North Carolina, $1,330 in Pennsylvania, $1,680 in Texas, $835 in Virginia. I want to encourage you guys to use the links in the description below when you're shopping around for the best Toyota Highlander deal. You'll also be able to check out insurance rates, get your auto credit scores, as well as shop for an auto loan. And if you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.